And I'm Kathy Hammett.
So, how are you tonight, Kathy?
Fantastic.
Fantastic? What makes you so fantastic tonight?
The dinner, of course.
Oh, right.
We found this restaurant really close by, and sometimes they're open on Thursdays, sometimes they're not.
Right.
Fish and chips, incredible.
Yes, I always get the chicken and chips. I don't eat fish, but personal preference, I guess. Yeah.
Anything new with you?
No, I would have to say that, well, you know, it's not been a boring month, but usually January is kind of a calm month compared to December when you get past the holidays and stuff, so.
Right.
It's safe to say I'm ready to move on to the next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Yes. Well, first up on the news this evening, the doctor said Wong Po Kun could ride a bike and become nearly 100% recovered. Dr. Pinichai Nakpan, a heart disease and nerve specialist, Wong Po Kun's personal medic, and Dr. Nippon Suparachapan, a urinary disease specialist, checked Wong Po Kun's health this morning. Afterwards, the doctors revealed that Wong Po Kun has gotten much better. He was able to ride a bike and did physical therapy for 10 to 15 minutes this morning. He has been well recovered for over 10 days now. There is nothing to worry about. Doctors are still giving medication and medical treatments for his lungs and urinary system. His health condition is about 90% better, but visitors are still not allowed to visit him at the hospital yet. The doctors added that Wong Po Kun can leave as early as next week if his condition remains stable. Well, I am glad to hear that he's getting much better.
Agreed.
Yes, it's some serious stuff to have to deal with, and I think it's rare to, you know, get better that quick.
Yeah. Physical therapy is so important.
Absolutely, and it sounds like the hospitals here are pretty good.
Yes.
Pretty good at what they do.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good.
And I thought it was entertaining that everyone's surrounding this man while he's riding his bicycle. But everyone looks very happy, which is great.
Well, the support system here is amazing.
Agreed.
No matter where you go, it seems like, yeah.
Thai people are always willing to help in any way they can.
I love that. I actually, I talk about all the time. I see that here more than I even do back home. And that's, well, that's saying something. Because, you know, that's my home country.
Right?
Yes.
Next on the news. Laborers found Buddha statues and some porcelain products which could possibly be over 400 years old at Wat Ta Maprong, Phitsanulok province. Laborers found Buddha statues and some porcelain products while they were digging the ground to build a new accommodation for monks at Wat Thong Maprong, Muang Phitsanulok. Mr. Anu Jamnisri, one of the laborers, said he found those antiques buried 1.5 meters deep under the ground. The temple now has the possession of these antiques. The temple is building a new accommodation for monks inside the temple. While the labor was preparing the foundation, some Buddha statues, which were torn into parts, porcelain products, ancient bullets, and some black magic items were found. Wat Da Maprong is an old temple. Many antiques have been found under the ground at the temple and the area nearby over the years. All of the antique items have been kept at the temple for historical research and worship.
Wow, that is very interesting.
Personally, I was excited about this story
Why
because
is that?
I am a bit of a historian at heart. I love anything having to do with history. And I'd say one of the best ways, other than books and stories from people, is digging things up.
Yeah.
Literally, archaeology.
Absolutely.
And I heard you were interested in being an archaeologist when you were little?
Yes, I was. It was a dream of mine at one point in my life, back when the Jurassic Park movies were pretty popular. I loved those movies. They made me want to be an archaeologist or a paleontologist, anything like that.
Right.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
It's just a shame that paleontologists and such don't actually get to run with dinosaurs. They have to actually find the bones.
Absolutely. It's a lot more work
It's
than
exact science.
that. Yeah, exactly. But
Speaking of Jurassic Park, doesn't it come out soon in 3D?
yes, April. Sometime in April, it's supposed to come out again in 3D, and I'm so excited for that.
And why is it coming out in 3D?
20th anniversary. Yeah, it's been 20 years. That makes me feel old.
Agreed.
I was just a few years old when that movie first came out. Well, next up tonight. Smog is still covering much of Lumping province. The visibility level is only as far as 8 kilometers. The province is trying to solve the problem as quick as possible. Mr. Tawachi Derapolchai, Lampang governor, revealed today that the situation is getting worse. There is more than 81.8 micrograms per cubic meter in the area. Primarily, the province set up a service center at disaster prevention and mitigation. Citizens who find wildfire can contact the center immediately by dialing 1784. Right now, the visibility level is only as far as 8 kilometers. The province is working on solving the problem as quick as possible. Wow, smog. You know, we get that back home. It's not very often,
Right.
but yeah, that's interesting. Hopefully, it doesn't get too thick.
In fact, when we were leaving our apartment, there was some smog.
Yeah.
We live by a bunch of fields, and they burn things on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. I actually remember that now. I remember I was standing out on our balcony, and I said, "My gosh, it's really smoky out here."
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it can be dangerous. Watch out for that. Driving and everything can mess with
Absolutely.
vision and stuff. So
Smog. You know that's the name of the dinosaur? Or not dinosaur. My apologies. Jurassic Park is still in my
on our
mind. The dragon in The Hobbit.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. I'm not as into The Hobbit as you are. That's probably why.
I'll get you educated on that.
Sounds good.
Next on the news. Nakhon Ratchasima Office of Public Health Department urges citizens in the province to stay healthy at all times as there are many factors to cause illness. Dr. Wichai Katiwa-Witsiakul, a doctor from Nakhon Ratchasima Office of Public Health Department, said that nowadays there are new types of diseases. In many ways, a person can catch sickness. The office realizes this and continues to work on new treatments and preventions. But citizens should still be more aware and to keep themselves healthy at all times. Here are some factors for people getting sick: a weather change, a disaster, a gap between a term break and school days. It is advised for citizens to exercise, consume healthy and fresh food, keep their places and bodies clean, cover their mouths or noses when they cough or sneeze, and continue to wash their hands. Do not stay in crowded places. Protect themselves when they get close to sick people. Sleep enough, and when they feel sick, they should see the doctor immediately. That's all very good advice.
Absolutely. It's definitely stuff to take serious. Any sort of illness or sickness should be, prevented as much as possible.
Absolutely. It's so important to stay healthy.
Absolutely.